What's up, motherfucking world? Sorry to come out cussing like that. Aggressively. I'm excited. I'm nervous. It's Aquarius season. It's also my birthday. Hey, yo, it's my birthday. Hey, yo, it's my birthday. Does he look like me because of the ears? Big 35. You know, I've been going through depression, stressing, getting over like this ugly cold I had. You know, I mean, but I'm here. I'm alive. The quote, because I've been putting up a quote on my Instagram and Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, it's mainly family and friends, close friends. Anyway, it's from Robert Frost, which I don't know who he was or what he did, but this quote says, in 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. And on and on. My hands are dry and I got like OCD tendencies. You know, there were signs when I was younger that I was off a little bit. Nobody saw them. They weren't tuned in to see the signs. Anyway, hope all is well with you guys. It's been a month as per usual. I mean, yeah, like I said, I can't complain, but I just did. I guess I just fucking complained. Positive things. Cool things. I got to catch up on the Ninja Turtles a bit. Let me get those out. On the ongoing, it's been announced, for those who care, that the ongoing is going to end at 150. So I don't have the most recent one, but this is one of the more recent ones. See, it says the road to 150, right? And it's going like, they're going back in time and shit. Like, it's getting legit. So I'm excited about that. Also positive, like, this series ends, but they're gonna continue making comic books in that universe. Different writers and stuff. So, I mean, it's a great time to be a Turtle fan. Plus, the other Turtles, I finally got to read the end of the Armageddon game, which is cool. There's a part where Donatello says a scripture from the Bible. I'll read that on here too. Leatherhead comes back, again controlled. This time not by Krang, but by this doctor dude who has a dragon scale from whenever the Shredder in Hell, whenever the dragon came back out of hell and shit. Like, that's, I think I talked about that a long time ago. Donnie into getting that mystical shit. Leo training mutants and humans. Because now the humans and the mutants live together after the Armageddon game. Damn. Excuse me. This is the annual. You know, they don't have an annual every year, even though it's called an annual, but this year they did. And this one, who the fuck is it? Because obviously we know about Last Ronin, right? And then there's another series called Last Ronin Lost Years. Because at the end of Last Ronin, the Last Ronin dies. But it doesn't end there. Then it continues. So on this one, the Lost Day Special, we see the young Ninja Turtles, the new young Turtles. Trying to find a shot where it's all of them. I mean, that would be unnecessary for the storytelling, right? It would be great for me. Boom, right at the end. That's April. So she's a grandma of these 4 new turtles. Wait. Yeah. who's been training them is was it Shadow? No, I don't think it was Shadow. Her name's Casey Marie. I don't think Shadow. Oh, cause Shadow. I don't know what universe this is in. That's kind of confusing. But Shadow was from. Okay, so Shadow wasn't from them. Shadow was adopted because Casey Jones, whenever him and April in the original series, in the Mirage series, they broke up. He met this girl who lived in a trailer, and they hooked up. She had a baby, then she died, and the baby's name was Shadow. They brought Shadow, and they raised her, and she became a fighter and shit. But April Jones O'Neal also had a daughter named Casey Marie. I thought she couldn't have a daughter at first in the original series. Because the Mirage series took a weird turn. I forgot about that. It did take a weird turn. Sorry about the wheels. The wheels on the bus. So you find out in the Mirage Turtles that April's she was drawn by that special pen that Donnie has, who he got from Jack Kirby. It's like a pencil with a crystal on it. So anyways, I think he uses it here. It kind of brought it back because this current series brings in a lot of different elements from all the different universes of the Ninja Turtles. That's what makes it so amazing. Let me show that. Because this was like the biggest event that just ended last year. And it was pretty epic. You got Rat King fighting his siblings. They're like gods with the lowercase g. It ends nice, like they get they're in a truce. Raph and Old Hob, the cat. They bring in this character who you would only know if you read the Ghostbusters crossover with the Ninja Turtles. So that's kind of cool. He was one of their siblings that they only showed him there. These are the other siblings of the Rat King. So they're like demigods. But then they also bring in elements from other dimensions. Then you got Cowley, Cuddly from the Archie ones who transforms. Then you got Shredder teaming up with the Turtles because as you probably may or may not know, Shredder went to hell and came back with Splinter's help. So they're good. So he had to teach the Turtles how to fight with another element because they were on another plane. They were in the empty spaces or something, the thin places. Baxter Stockman is pretty dope. He's like the mayor of New York, and he's corrupt. But April and the mayor of Mutant Town, Sally Mae. I think it's her name, Sally. I know it's Sally. I don't know if it's Sally Mae. I know Sally Mae something else. Pretty dope. I think, I don't know if that's Krang or Shrell. I don't know which ones are alive or not now. They brought Shrell from the 2003 series. Now, I could talk about Ninja Turtles all day. Anyway, most people probably don't want to hear that. Happy New Year. No, I already said that. That's what was last time, right? What did I say last time? What was the last episode about? Who knows? I need to write down title ideas as I go through this. Because I never know what to call the episodes. Dang, that light's already running out. I'm going to need a new light. Try and get it online. Pretty easy. One title called Who Knows? Yeah. So yeah, it's been work's been tough. Short-handed. Stressful. High fast paced. Tough. So I don't know if I got sick from stress and overworking myself, or if I got sick from just the weather changing. The weather's been weird. And also I work with kids, so there's germs everywhere. He kind of looks like a germ. But yeah, it's all good. I mean, I rested, and of course it's gonna mess with my check, but tax season's here, so hopefully I can get TurboTax pretty soon, and that'll supplement the amount that I'm gonna be missing at that point. Which I tend to do that every year. Every year for the past 10 years. I'll run out of days, and then in February, I'm just like, fuck it. Usually by February, I run out. And then I have to just miss days. So let's see. Anything crazy happened? Nah, I can't think of nothing. Vino gave me this. Shout out to Vino. Yeah, it's my birthday, 35. Finally on the Friday. And it's finally in a time where I don't party. So I always wanted my birthday to be on a Friday, but when I was younger, I would party all weekend. But now, obviously, that's not my goal. I'll probably record another episode today. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll feel a lot better because I'm recording this before my actual birthday. Yeah, let's see what the random, see what we get. How old were you when you last went trick-or-treating? I'm assuming it counts when I went with my son. So, oh, sorry, this is random questions. He was probably about 8 or 9, 10. I want to say 10. Let's just say 10. And so if he was 10, that's 5 years ago. I was 30. So 30. Have you ever played golf? Putt-putt. A few times with my son. One time for his birthday, indoor putt-putt. I took him to Celebration Station one time. And then when I was a kid, we lived across the street from a putt-putt. That was pretty dope. And I used to go play putt-putt like on dates sometimes back in the day. At Celebration Station. I mean, like, I distinctly remember one time, like, it's weird because, I've been thinking about addiction and stuff. I rewatched this episode of Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee and Frankie Quinones. Now I can't say it because he was saying it wrong on there. Quinones. They're talking about addiction, and Quinones was into yayo. But I mean, I remember I used to, I would do some. But that's the fresh 15-year-old mind, man. And then once you do it to a 15, 16-year-old mind, you put coke, and then you break I feel like I broke the barriers, and now I go straight to the brain and just causes anxiety. And the after effects. Because the after effects didn't used to affect me. I don't know. Crazy. But one time I went on a date with these girls that we had met. It was like a triple double date. With these girls we had met at the movies prior. And my homeboy was always the player out of all of us. I'm not the player, but he was always able to get the prettiest girl. He was the cutest, so the girls liked him. But that was fine because then, I left the other two for us. But I remember her, but like, I think we kind of like both were trying to compete a little bit. Good, it was, friendly. And friendly competition. But I did some coke, and then went to Celebration Station, met up with them, and like nothing. It was weird. And then I didn't do any more the rest of the night. Would you rather be a jack of all trades or a master of one? That's a good question. A jack of all trades means you could kind of do a little bit of everything. A master of one, you're the best at that thing, or at least you're a master at it. I kind of feel like a jack of all trades because I like drawing. I want to do comedy. I like podcasting. I rap. You know what I'm saying? I do all kinds of things. I'm a jack of all trades. So that is what I am. I don't really have a choice. Do you prefer? Oh, this is question number 1, 2, 3, 4 from 3,000 questions about me from Piccadilly. And I just pick random pages. That's not like the number in order. Do you prefer male or female singers? Female for sure. Singers' voices. Female. But there's a couple old school like Montel Jordan and stuff like that I'll listen to a couple old school tracks. Have you tried something unorthodox that was supposed to be healthy? Completely unorthodox. Like raw milk or something? Unorthodox is supposedly healthy. I can't think of anything in particular. Sitting in the... I don't think so. Alright, we're gonna take a break ski. Well, we'll get political, because I already did this next 4. And then 1240 says, in your opinion, who was the worst president of the United States? Whoa, woo, 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 woo. Whoo. Alright. That's tough. And alright, so I'm 35. So I only know about the ones in my lifetime, right? From what I know. And I know about history. I don't know about all the presidents. There's this like 3-4 part series with Matt McCusker, Shane Gillis, and Louis C.K. We're talking about all the presidents, and they go down the list because Shane Gillis knows all the presidents, and him and Louis C.K. discuss them and shit. And they mention one. It's like the worst one. It's like this is the worst president ever because da da da. So there is a statistic one. Now, my opinion though, from what I know, from my mental. So Bush Senior, I was a baby. I don't really know shit. But he was CIA. He started up the CIA, so he was pretty bad. And then, for my own personal reasons, beliefs, you can look into that if you want. Like CIA MK Ultra, CIA Mockingbird. I don't know if both of those are CIA. And then, was it Bill Clinton? So Bill Clinton did the 3-strike rule. You get 3 strikes, you're out. That's not good. So that sucks. George Bush Jr., 9/11 happened on his watch. And then he passed the Patriot Act in the wake of that aftermath. Patriot Act was no bueno. Then who was next? After George Bush, was it Obama? Yeah, I think it was Obama after George Bush. So, but Obama was cool, clearly, but he bombed a lot of places, and he renewed the Patriot Act, and you know he's connected with the Bushes and the CIA and whatnot. So he's not great. Worst? I don't know if he's the worst. He's definitely not the worst. And you got Trump, who did some dope shit. He said some crazy shit, but he did some dope shit. Maybe he did a couple bad things, but he did some dope shit. I'm gonna stop saying that. And then now we have Biden, who's a wash. He's pretty bad. He's probably the least competent. Who knows if he's like, I probably shouldn't even say this. Child, just kidding, but as a joke, what if he was a robot or something like that, like a clone or something? We've all seen, not all of us, but some of us have the For You page, and you see those pictures of old Biden and new Joe Biden. But is he the worst? He's bad. I'm going to say the worst in my personal opinion is George W. Because we're looking for those weapons of mass destruction. And that's a hot take. A hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. I hope the choppers don't come for me. Alright. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more of the Friday podcast with your host, Baby Yoda. Grogu. Hey. This is another segment. I forgot I gotta do music between these segments. Some kind of little diddle. Hey, there's a diddle about Jack and Diane. Alright. So I've covered ducks before. I've talked about spiritual meaning of ducks. But I haven't gotten more specific. And there's this certain particular duck that I found intriguing when I was doing the research for this podcast that I had seen a flock of. The mallard duck. Mallard. Those are those fancy ones, the green ones. So I looked it up. SacredSymbol.com says that mallard ducks symbolize adaptability, grace, and emotional depth. Their vibrant colors signify varied aspects. Spiritually, they inspire embracing change. PowerfulMystic8.com says the mallard duck is a prophetic message that it is time to raise vibrations, consciousness, and generational inheritance. Spirit Animals and Symbolism.com says the mallard duck is a symbol of purity, innocence, and humility. The mallard duck is also a symbol of transformation and new beginnings. Spiritualmeanings.org says mallard ducks have a symbol of having resources, being honest and simple. ConsciousArtStudios.blogspot.com says mallards imprint very easily and are very sociable. They don't like to be alone. This is something to look at if you have a duck for a totem. My totem animal is definitely not a duck. It's probably cat, and I like being alone. SpiritandSymbolism.com says, in many cultures, the mallard duck symbolizes love and loyalty, as they are known to mate for life. That's pretty badass. TreeSymbolism.com says a wild duck or a mallard duck head emblem is also said to be a message from the spirit world to spend more time with your family. I know, guys. I know I should. But like I said, I'm a cat and I like to spend time alone. From Aloe Dreams, ALOdreams.com says the mallard duck serves as a reminder to always be honest with yourself and the people you care about. And last but not least, AngelicalBalance.com says that the mallard duck is a symbol of metamorphosis and migration. They are a representation of creativity, sincerity, and refinement. I should have pulled up the angel number before talking to you guys again, so I could stop it or I could just keep going, flowing. Man, what they knowing. I'm gonna keep growing like a tree, even though it's snowing, man. I'm gonna be a G. Nah, it's not snowing, but it's my B-day. You can call me X or call me crazy. Alright, angel number 5 95. Sunsigns.org says that 595 reveals that you can have all the material things you wish for in this world, but they are useless without peace. Interesting. Work for peace that will bring you happy times and people who love you. Some material things may bring curses rather than happiness in your life. Astrology.com says that 595 consists of the energies and vibrations of 5 and 9, with the number 5 appearing twice, magnifying its influences. 5 represents change. I'm trying to make this even. See, I'm so OCD. And I still want maybe you ought to be able to peek out. I want to hear the show. Growth, personal freedom. I'm talking about 5. So 5 represents change, growth, personal freedom. 9 symbolizes spiritual awakening, karma, humanitarianism. Sacred Scribes, angelnumbers.blogspot.com says, pardon me, that's not what it says. I say pardon me. 595 is a message to continue listening to your intuition and the guidance from the angels as you're being led through important life changes that will perfectly align you with your spiritual soul purpose. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant or complacent. Ooh, that last one hits. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant or complacent. Okay, we still got Who Knows. That's still a good title. Stagnant or complacent. Me and you are not adjacent. BetterNumerology.com says 595 is a sign that significant changes are coming your way. It means you need to let go of the things that are holding you back. Make significant changes and trust the process. Ministryofnumerology.com says 595 shimmers as a beacon of renewal and divine support. It beckons souls to embrace transformative changes in their spiritual journeys. Embark on new spiritual paths and trust in the universe's ceaseless support and guidance. Beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Now this dream right here, man. I had a similar dream. Wow, this is how I found it. Well, I had a similar dream, but it was comic books that I was buying. This time it was books. And I was probably getting them from Lucky Dog. Shout out to Lucky Dog off of Garland Road. That's where I got the Bhagavad Gita. I got Centuries of Childhood, A Social History of Family Life. That's what I'm reading right now, man. That shit is banana. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Moving on. All right, so I had a dream about buying books. Looked it up. DreamGuideMe.com says, you know you need something new in your current situation that will make you happier. But be careful not to buy something impulsively. You might dream of buying a book, but it may mean that you need to open up and challenge yourself. Whoa. DreamLookup.com. To dream of buying a book from a bookstore or a similar establishment is generally a symbol of good luck. Yes. Specifically, this means you can look forward to a bright and exciting future. Your promising future would be due to your own brilliance. Thank you. For example, you could be involved in the discovery or invention of something valuable to humanity. You're giving me a lot of credit, DreamLookup.com. You don't know me that well. Maybe in some kind of artistic fashion, possibly. Yeah, I don't know why I'm looking down at myself. You could do it. All right, I could do it. Innovative idea, which when implemented properly would give you not only riches, but also the respect and admiration of your peers. What more could a man ask for? Looking at a book up close in a dream without reading its contents is a symbol of good luck in terms of your financial standing. Yeah, I was looking at it. You could be at a library and your eyes single out a specific book from the shelves, or you come across a book on a table. Regardless of the scenario, however you pronounce it, this means that you would soon get involved or work on a very profitable activity or project. As such, the book represents the exciting and lucrative opportunity, which will represent itself to you either at work or through a friend or acquaintance of yours. Such a weird word. Acquaintance. Alright, I'm gonna record this part right now since I'm already sitting right here. Because I have to move around and stuff to do the other two. Nah, but I should do it. I should just take a break because I need a break. I've been going at it a solid 10 minutes. Chugga. 10 minutes, Slim Shady, you're on. Your baby's mom. Yeah, made me a crazy blonde. Alright, be right back. Here we go now. Give it away now. Anxiety News with your host, Christopher Chaos. Shout out to The Guardian for this piece of information. Nearly a third of UK secondary pupils, I do not know what grade that is, high school, avoid school due to anxiety, survey finds. Pardon me, excuse me. What's interesting is my son has an issue being interesting. I don't know if he would admit it's this. I think he just finds it boring. There was an article that my mom sent me, or there was like this interview that somebody said something about why intelligent people just aren't into school after a while. But it's because these Rockefeller designed institutions are not designed for creativity. Once you get in high school, it's suffering. I'm just kidding. Am I? Alright, so let's go. Almost 3 in 10 secondary pupils are avoiding going to school because doing so would make them anxious, a new survey has found. Across the UK, 28% of 12 to 18-year-olds have not attended school over the last year for that reason, with experts warning that many stayed away because they had felt unable to cope. The findings in a survey undertaken for the youth mental health charity STEM4 suggest that poor mental well-being is a big reason for the post-COVID surge in school absenteeism. Dr. Nehara Kraus, the charity's founder, urged schools, the NHS, and ministers to increase support for anxious and distressed under 18-year-olds. Because emotionally based school avoidance is leading to pupils being off for long periods, disrupting their education and putting a huge strain on their families. School and the challenges it sometimes poses can increase anxiety in some young people, making them feel overwhelmed and unable to cope. Emotionally based school avoidance is a very worrying, growing phenomenon. It's a phenomenon. It is different to school absence due to truancy. What? It is when a child or young person experiences extreme anxiety or distress relating to attending school. Okay, this fear can be so great that they avoid even going to school. Krause, who has developed 5 apps to help troubled young people manage their mental health, said that 24% of those avoiding school said they did so because of family difficulties, 18% due to bullying or friendship issues, and others because of exam stress. These findings are very alarming as they show the far-reaching impact untreated anxiety and other mental health difficulties can have on a young person's life, like myself. I'm only 35. Yeah, but I'm not in school. This ain't 21 Drum Street, bro. This ain't 35 Jump Street. What can start off as a few days off school can quickly spiral into persistent absence without specialist support, which is both expensive and time-consuming. Some children and young people will have their education, and through this, their life chances significantly impacted. In the representative sample of 1,025 young people, 48% said they were suffering mental health distress and had anxiety, depression, and eating disorder or other diagnosable condition. Anxiety news. Pardon us. Maybe I'll cut that part out. Among them, 50% had missed school because they were too anxious to go in. The findings come amid acute concern, not acute, A-C-U-T-E together. Parents and ministers at school absenteeism. For example, 1 in 10 pupils in England in their GCSE year were absent in the last school year. GCSE. 70% more than before COVID struck in 2020. The former shadow mental health minister. It sounds like a fucking magician. Dr. Rosanna Allen Khan, who led a Commons debate last week on children's mental health, said the survey had uncovered an epidemic of unhappiness that is keeping children away from the classroom. To address it, she said, we need specialists in schools, a recruitment drive to fix chronic staffing issues in mental health services, and work undertaken to enable young people to access support in their communities. This is also trickled down. I don't know how it is in England, but in the United States, a lot of times the teachers and the staff don't get support, so that trickles down to the students not getting enough support. One person cannot do it all. 2 people cannot do, 3 people cannot do it all. Paul Whitman, the General Secretary of the School Leaders Union, NAHT, says schools have seen more children struggling with their mental health in recent years, especially since the pandemic, he says. And this impacts not only their learning, but also their attendance and behavior. He urged ministers to ensure that every school had a mental health support team. Only 38% of those in England do so. And all schools and colleges could provide counseling. Professor Sir Chris Witty, I like that name, England's chief medical officer, has told parents that children with mild to moderate anxiety should still come to school because prolonged absence can make them worse. Chris Witty's got it right. Professor Sir Chris Witty. I like that as a title to the episode. I need to write that down. I don't know where that paper is. I gotta get on the paper. Now it's gonna be who knows. Because if you haven't been watching the whole episode, who knows? Professor Sir Chris Witty. Like it. Professor Sir Chris Witty. Chief, that's a funny name, and my name is Chris. That's hilarious. The government has unveiled plans for attendance hubs and attendance mentors to tackle the problem. I suspect this is a worldwide challenge, at least in like the Western type of schools. A government spokesperson said attendance is vital for a child's well-being. They also get paid for attendance, so development and attainment, and that is why we have launched a national campaign to support persistently absent children back in the school. This campaign is backed by the launch of 18 new attendance hubs, increasing the total to 32 to support 2,000 schools on top of 18 million pounds to expand. Why does the pounds look like a east side sign? To expand the pilot mentoring program. Alongside us, we are boosting mental health support for children in schools, including by offering senior mental health lead training to all schools and colleges by 2025, extending coverage of mental health support teams to at least 50% of pupils in England by the end of March 2025, and providing £2.3 billion a year for NHS mental health services to reach an additional 345,000 children. End quote. Whoa, I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing that. Whenever like I have to read a quote, I'm gonna change that, practice my accents and stuff. So yeah, shout out to who wrote this? Betsy Reed. Betsy Reads. Yeah, man. Interesting. Very interesting. We'll be right back with the next segment of the Friday podcast with Chris MF Chaos. F is for ferocious. Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me. Yo, welcome back to another episode within an episode of the Friday podcast of movie review, movies and shows, because nowadays shows are like movies. I don't know why I whisper sometimes when I say stuff. Alright, so this week I'm going to talk about a series called Narcos Mexico. I know Griselda just came out. I haven't seen it. I just haven't felt like watching it yet. I will eventually. Of course, I watched Narcos first. But I feel like talking about this one just for whatever reason. Oh, because I do know a reason. So when we get there, I'll explain why. Third degree of separation or something like that, whatever they call it. Okay. So I like that there's a lot of names. Chris B, Chris Brown, Chris Bridges, Chris Benitez, Chris Brancato. That's all I can think of right now. So anyway, it's American crime drama streaming television, created and produced by Chris Brancato. And even when you have another name that starts with the C, Carlo Bernard, another CB, and Doug Meadle, that premiered on Netflix on November 16th, 2018. Damn, right before the Pandy Wandy. It was originally intended to be the fourth season of the Netflix series Narcos, but it was ultimately developed as a companion series. It's like one of those few prequels that actually are pretty good and maybe even better than the Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad. Maybe not better, but fucking equal. It focuses on the development of Mexico's illegal drug trade, whereas the parent series centered on the establishment of Colombia's illegal drug trade. The series' second season, it was like a prequel sequel, just like Better Call Saul. Alright, so the series explores the early origins of the Mexican drug war, beginning at a time when traffickers were a loose and disorganized confederation of small independent marijuana growers and dealers. Doesn't he look like a little marijuana bud? It dramatizes the creation and rise of the Guadalajara cartel in 1980s as Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo, which is played by Diego Luna, incredible actor, unifies several plazas. Incredible role, like that character is badass. You miss him. There's some characters who aren't in the first season that you miss, but there's enough characters that survive to the third that you're like, okay, it's okay. That's what makes it so good. He unifies several plazas or territories in order to build an infamous drug empire. The DEA agent Kiki Camarena, played by Michael Peña. Pause. So my uncles, I have two uncles. Well, I have three uncles. My mom's side. Two of them went to the Marines. One of them, his now I don't know. I don't remember what it was. His captain or something. Somebody ahead of him, the head officer above him, was the brother of Kiki Camarena. It's like, what? I just found this out like on Christmas. Pretty cool. So that's why I was like, fuck it, let me do this episode. Because if that's part of the story that is like true, it's like, whoa. Makes it even more real. Moves his wife and young son from California to Guadalajara to take on a new post, where he quickly learns that his assignment will be more challenging. I'm slurring my words because I'm sick and I'm medicated for the sickness. And it's my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday. Yeah. My name is Chris. Yeah. Professor Sir Chris. Yeah. Also Witty. Feeling pretty. Not feeling as shitty. Okay. Where he quickly learns his assignment will be more challenging than he could ever imagine, following Camarena's torture and murder. Spoiler. By the cartel, DEA agent Walt Breslin brings a small covert squad of operatives to Mexico to track down and punish Gallardo and his associates. You missed the DEA agents. From the first one, but some of them do come over into the second series. What's his name? Cause I don't even know the main. Oh, there's his main. Oh, dude, I thought this was Pedro Pascal. Oh, wait. Damn, what's his name? I don't even know the main character. Michael Peña, Scott, Diego Luna. He's a good actor. Whoa, Rafa. When they talk about the Sin Semilla, it talks about how the rise of because he started growing some weed that didn't have seeds. So this is supposedly the main characters. But I don't see the DEA agent. Whatever. So, let's get to the interesting part. Murder of location scouts. Carlos Munoz Portal, one of the show's location scouts. Damn, it's getting dark outside too as I read this. Was found murdered with multiple gunshot wounds on September 15, 2017 in Central Mexico near the town of Temascalapa. A spokesman for the Attorney General of Mexico said that there were no witnesses due to the remote location, but the authorities will continue to investigate. Authorities are considering the possibility of narco gang involvement, but the murder has not been solved. I didn't even notice. It's a city in the state of Mexico in Mexico. Where's the state of Mexico? Show map of Mexico. In the state of Mexico. Oh, it's way down there. I wonder if he just got into some shit, because it's not even, well, I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. I can only speculate. Okay, so factual differences. Although many of the events and characters are based on true history, some liberties were taken to streamline the story of the Mexican drug war into a cohesive narrative. The murders of John Clay Walker and Albert Radalat were real, however, they were reportedly tortured beforehand. I don't know what character they're talking about. He was an American journalist and aspiring novelist who was abducted, tortured, and murdered in Mexico by members. Oh, he's like a little side character of one of those episodes. He was just a journalist that happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time. Damn, they tortured him too. The character Sofia Conesa, portrayed as the love interest of Rafa, was named Sara Cosillo in real life. Oh, interesting. Yo, he gets it on with her. She gets it on with him too. It's pretty cool. The killing of Hector Luis Palma's family on the orders of Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo is also a disputed claim which still needs documented verification, as it is actually believed to have been done on the orders of the Arellano Felix brothers in a more brutal fashion. The assassination of El Azul in season 3 did not actually occur, as El Azul was active until at least 2014, when his confirmed death of a heart attack supposedly occurred. In the 3rd season, General Gutierrez Rebollo, the anti-drug czar, is arrested after Andrea Nunez finds the bank account receiving over $2 million US and linking it to Rebollo. In reality, General Gutierrez Rebollo received a call from the Secretary of Defense, General Enrique Cervantes, who ordered him to report to his office immediately on the night of February 6th, 1997. Whoa, what's the anniversary? Just passed. Where he was arrested. Also in this season, the men of the Tijuana cartel escaped from the Guadalajara airport in TAESA plane, allegedly owned by Carlos Hen Gonzalez, after the murder of Cardinal Juan Jesus Posadas Ocampo. However, Carlos Hen Gonzalez was never the owner of this airline, and there are multiple theories about the escape of the Tijuana cartel that day, none which effectively linked TAESA to the case. Likewise, there are a series of accusations against Hen Gonzalez linking him to organized crime that has no basis in real life. Hank has never been prosecuted or sentenced for John's league. The reason, according to the event, is that since Hank is already dead, his name can be used while they're in the event. With faith out, they all have to change the names. So, definitely addictive. Like somebody said, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 81%. The site's critical consensus reads as addictive and relevant as ever. Narcos Mexico sophomore season is definitely more violent, but it never spoils the rich drama fans love to come out. Whoa, the 3rd season holds 100. And the first 90, nice. It's got some accolades. Alright, so my review, fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes into it. Alright, so this series, it starts off slow because it's characters you don't know. No, wait. No, in the beginning it starts off. It does start slow because it is characters you don't know. And then you got a main character from the other series that kind of shows up a little bit here and there. But it's mainly this guy from Ant-Man, Michael Pena. And, you know, he's bright-eyed. Because he's playing Camarena, so he's like a bright-eyed. He's trying to, you know, he's a patriot. But he's a Mexican-American. I think a Chicano. But he looks more Mexican because, you know, you've seen him. So, we can look at the real person. I'll probably put a picture. R.I.P. Because, hey, the torturing that they did was not just regular, too, because he died a few times, and they brought him back to life with adrenaline. They stuck adrenaline in his heart to bring him back to life a few times until he just couldn't take it anymore. His heart gave out. Imagine meeting him or his brother, but I mean his mom, just knowing that, just his dad, just crazy. So it's dope. You don't like I didn't know the story. So spoiler alert, you know, he gets shot at the end, I think. And he tells him, you know what, you fucked up because you don't know what you did. You just killed the DEA agent, an American. He did fuck up. And Felix Gallardo only did that because the governor told him to do it. So I learned a little bit of history of the cartel. And I guess I could talk about that now in Mexico. Okay, so back in the day, this is gonna be back in the day when they were building the railroads, right? In the 1800s, late 1800s, after the Civil War, we had railroads built from west to east coast and east coast to west coast. It was a race to meet in the middle. Americans use ex-slaves. They're pretty much indentured, so they're still slaves, basically. They used Chinese labor in the West Coast. In the East Coast, it was more Irish labor. Irish and you know, and former slaves. So once those railroads were done, the Chinese, some of them went down to Mexico because Mexico started having some railroads built. They're like, fuck it, that was a success for them. We need to do the same shit. Now I need to look into all this, but I just know that they were having a railroad built. Some Chinese came and they were working on it. Now, in China, they have this plant. See, we already had a plant. We already had the marijuana plant, the cannabis plant in Mexico. But the Chinese had the opium plant, the poppy plant. So they started growing them in that area, in the Golden Triangle, because the climate was right. It resembled what it was over there. I guess. Yeah, because I guess Afghanistan's real dry and they got like the poppy fields. So, started growing them. Mexicans, they were like, you know, these Chinese people, they're kind of right. They're like, they got these drugs, they got these opium dens. We don't need them here. Let's get them out of here. So they kicked them out. But what they didn't kick out was the opium plants, because people were addicted already. So, the governors, the politicians, and the generals and stuff, they became in charge of these drugs, right? And during, I want to say, I forgot what war it was. but they sent Bugsy Siegel, something like that, from America, like a mobster. I want to say it was during World War II. They needed morphine. We needed some plants, and Mexico had like a lot of plants. So we sent a mafioso to come talk to the mafiosos over there in Mexico. Now, after the war, I guess eventually they started making laws, and those politicians and generals got locked up, and now the people who are in power could be involved in the drug business, the poppy fields and the marijuana, but they it had to be low key. They had to handle it differently. So the ones that became in real power in the streets became the cartels eventually. And then you have Colombia, who comes up with this concoction, and it's just like the time is just right. Like the way it happened, it was kind of like, I don't know, somebody planned it or some shit. I mean, it was just, I don't know, the way it was. Very interesting. And so the second season, DEA is getting revenge. So you kind of feel this pride. It's like fucking patriot. Captain America. And so they're trying to get revenge. Eventually, Felix gets caught, gets locked up. So that feels pretty cool. You see El Chapo in the story. I was surprised about that. Seeing Felix flexing, it was pretty tight. But then eventually he gets locked up. And in the third season, it's in the 90s. And it shows the Tijuana ones, right? The Tijuana cartel. And it shows how the beginning of crack. Like these black dudes from LA or something come to Mexico, and they show them how to cook it. And one of the Tijuana brothers smokes it and tries it. He's like, oh shit. So, and I'm pretty sure they were rappers. I don't know what rappers they were on the show. Season 3. Los Junior, La Jefa, La Voz. Oh yeah, I guess they had that word. They showed Chapo starting to get into tunnels. They show how the LA gangsters started working with the cartels. It shows the right. Oh, Amado becomes big. The Lord of the Skies becomes big after Felix gets locked up. He's an interesting character. You think it's gonna be done. You think nobody can hold it. Just like you think nobody can hold it after Pablo. But then you have the Cali cartel. And then you think, can nobody hold it after Michael Peña or Felix Gallardo? But you get characters. Incredible. I don't know what rappers it was. It doesn't matter. But I know that because I heard on one of the musicians. So it also talked about how in Tijuana and the other side, San Diego, I don't know what's on the other side. The rich kids of the politicians started getting into the cartel too, and they became like some of the most ruthless ones because they were just chasing the high. So it leads you into it's pretty interesting. It won one award, but it was nominated for 5. It won the best actor in a miniseries or TV series. Diego Luna, who's that? Yeah, he deserved it. Felix Gallardo. But they deserve best drama series. They should have won. I wonder who won it. Did it say? Probably not. Oh, damn. It goes from what year? that's crazy. I don't know. I look for that. Next time I'll do some more research. Yeah, 5 stars. 4 thumbs up. 2 big toes and 3 and 2 all the fingers up. It's fire. I want to see who that main character is from the other one, Narcos, because I feel like it's Pedro Pascal, but it's not. It's another guy. Another cool alpha dude. Let's see who's in the series. It is Pedro Pascal. What the fuck? That dude has range. Alright, we'll be back. Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ladies and gentlemen, badass woman in her story. Okay, so it is February, Black History Month, aka African American History Month. Excuse me, aka Melanated American History Month. Sorry, I struggled to say that just because of the burping and the coughing and the pudding and the bad timing. Okay, let me start over. Bum, 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 bum. Badass woman in her history. Black History Month, badass woman. For this week, Valerie Thomas. She was born February 8th. Happy belated birthday. 1943. She is 80 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Well, she's 81. Now she's 81. Is an American data scientist and inventor. She invented the illusion transmitter. Excuse me. They make it sound so complicated. I don't understand what that is. It uses 2 parabolic mirrors to transmit 3D illusions of an object by use of a camera trained on the first mirror, which then sends video signals to a projector aimed at the second mirror, for which she received a patent in 1980. She was responsible for developing the digital media formats that image processing systems used in the early years of NASA's Landsat program. Digital image processing is the use of a digital computer to process digital images through an algorithm. So she invented an algorithm. Whoa. As a subcategory or field of digital signal processing, digital image processing has many advantages over analog image processing. It allows a much wider range of algorithms. So she improved upon it. Incredible. Early life and education. Thomas was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Be more, stand up. She graduated from high school in 1961 during the era of integration. She attended Morgan State University, where she was one of 2 women majoring in physics. Thomas excelled in her mathematics and science courses at Morgan State University, graduating with a degree in physics with highest honors in 1964. Her career, she began working for NASA as a data analyst in 1964. She developed real-time computer data systems to support satellite operation control centers from 1964 to 1970. She oversaw the creation of the Landsat program, which was from 1970 to 1981. What's the Landsat program? It's the longest-running enterprise for acquisition of satellite imagery of Earth. Pretty nice. Becoming an international expert in Landsat data products. Her participation in this program expanded upon the works of other NASA scientists in the pursuit of being able to visualize Earth from space. The ultimate selfie, you could say. In 1974, Thomas headed a team of approximately 50 people for the Large Area Crop Inventory Experiment, or LACI, a joint effort with NASA Johnson Space Center, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and U.S. Department of Agriculture. An unprecedented scientific project, Lacey demonstrated the feasibility of using space technology to automate the process of predicting wheat yield on a worldwide basis. Yo, she's trying to feed the hungry. I'm surprised they let her. She's going strong. That's badass. She attended an exhibition in '76 that included an illusion of a light bulb that appeared to be lit, even though it had been removed from its socket. The illusion, which involved another light bulb and concave mirrors, inspired Thomas. Curious about how light and concave mirrors could be used in her work at NASA, she began her research in '77. This involved creating an experiment in which she observed how the position of a concave mirror would affect the real object that is reflected. Using this technology, she would invent an optical device called the illusion transmitter. On October 21st of 1980, she obtained the patent for the illusion transmitter, a device NASA continues to use today. And it's being adapted for use in surgery, as well as for televisions and video screens. Thomas became associate excuse me, chief of the Space Science Data Operations Office at NASA. Thomas's invention has been depicted in a children's fictional book, television, and video games. In '85, at the NSSDC computer, okay, she's retired, good. She's resting, that's good. She's chill now. She's succeeded so much. Wow, 95, she looked incredibly young. In '85, at the NSSDC computer facility manager, as the manager, she was responsible for a major consolidation and reconfiguration of two previously independent computer facilities and infused them with new technology. She then served as the Space Physics Analysis Network SPAN project manager from 1986 to 1990, during a period when SPAN underwent a major reconfiguration and grew from a scientific network with approximately 100 computer nodes to one directly connecting approximately 2,700 computer nodes worldwide. Her team was credited with developing a computer network that connected research stations of scientists from around the world to improve scientific collaboration. Incredible. She is so incredible. In 1990, SPAN became a major part of NASA's science networking in today's internet. Oh, okay. So she worked with the group that became the internet. Wow. She also participated in projects related to Halley's Comet, ozone research, satellite tech, and the Voyager spacecraft. She mentored countless numbers of students in mathematics, aerospace research, and technology incorporated program because of her unique career and commitment to giving something back to the community. Thomas often spoke to groups of students from elementary school, secondary, college, and university ages, as well as adult groups. As a role model for potential young black engineers and scientists, she made hundreds of visits to schools and national meetings over the years. She has mentored many students working in summer programs at Goddard, Goddard Space Flight Center. She also judged at science fairs, working with organizations such as the National Technical Association and Women in Science and Engineering. These latter programs encourage students from various underrepresented groups to pursue science and technology careers. At the end of August '95, she retired from NASA and her positions of Associate Chief of the NASA Space Science Data Operations Office, Manager of the NASA Automated Systems Incident Response Capability, and as Chair of the Space Science Data Operations Office Education Committee. After retiring, Thomas served as an associate at the UMBC Center for Multi-Core Hybrid Productivity Research. She also continued to mentor youth through the Science, Mathematics, Aerospace Research and Technology Incorporated and the National Technical Association. Wow. So even after she retired, she kept going. Throughout her career, she held positions, high-level positions at NASA, including the Large Area Crop Inventory Experiment, that was with the wheat, collaboration between NASA, NOAA, and USDA in 74, serving as Assistant Program Manager for Landsat/Nimbus, 75 to 76, managing the NSSDC Computer Facility, 85, which managing the Space Physics Analysis Network Project, 86 to 90. I think that's what led to the internet. And serving as Associate Chief of the Space Science Data Operations Office. She authored many science. So the Wiki doesn't want to give her the credit that she deserves, I think. It's like dancing around it. She authored many scientific papers and holds a patent for the illusion transmitter. For her achievements, Thomas has received numerous rewards, including the Goddard Space Flight Center Award of Merit and the NASA Equal Opportunity Medal. Very dope. Shout out to her. Valerie L. Thomas. There's a Valerie M. Thomas, but it's probably not related. Maybe she is. Nah. Na na na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey. Good night. Good night. I've been watching a lot of Bad Friends. If you need a YouTube channel to laugh, podcast to laugh, Bad Amigos. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all the subscribers. I know most of y'all aren't watching this, but the ones who are watching this, super shout out to y'all. I love y'all. And I wish I could make more episodes, but you know, depression, anxiety, work, short staffing, extra work, you know, family stuff, friends stuff, like, you know, it is what it is. I've been trying to work on the iPod too to try to build that up. I need to do more. I've been working on like personal projects that may or may not have any significance, but they're fun. All right, I'm gonna look for a beat right now. I'm gonna look for a beat right now. Should I take a break? Yeah, probably. Oh wait, man, it came right back. Rat-a-tat-tat, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the street. My name is Chris KS, and I'm 35 today. Excuse me. Let's see. All right, actually, I'm recording this on the weekend prior to my birthday. So it's not actually my birthday. And it's not actually Valerie Thomas's birthday either. I think that was her name. Let's see. No copyrights. Beats. Sounds. Pause. No copyright beats. Really? Oh, really? All right, let me just pick the first one that I see. A ver qué pasa. I get that bread in that masa. All up in my panza and in my pockets. I might go blam blam with the dang Rockets. Shout out to Valerie Thomas, Badass Women of Herstory, Black History Month. I don't know what rhymes with that. Shout out to, that should have the longer, I mean, it's just American history. I think Morgan Freeman said it. It's odd. It's very odd. They do it to us, the Hispanic History Month. I think that's November. I don't even know. October. I think it's November. Hispanic History Month or Mexican History Month. I don't know. The bulletin board I made for work, it was like flags, all the flags, and I did Cesar Chavez. This month I did some inventors like Frederick Johnson, who invented the ice machines, the refrigerated trucks, and what else? It's loading. I did one for Lonnie I don't know if his Johnson also. His name was Lonnie something. He worked for NASA. He invented the Super Soaker. And then something Garrett. It might be Frederick Garrett. Man, the smoke mask that firefighters use now, and the three-way. No, and the yield kind of traffic light, because before it was just red and green or some shit. And he was like the first black guy in Cleveland with the car. He saw an accident. He's like, I can improve that shit. When you start really doing research at the stuff they don't, because I mean they always teach us about, you know, the same, and the same ones are OGs for sure. There's something they didn't really teach us about. Alright, freestyle. Freestyle of the week, baby. Get some water. Okay. Man, she laughing at me, cause I ain't got a lot of muscles. I don't care, man, I'm always down to tussle. You can call me Mr. Russell. Like Simmons, I'm always winning. Def Jam, when I jam. Man, shout out to my women and my mans. They're the homies. What it do? Coming through from the south. You feeling blue? You looking blue? I'm sipping purple. You turning red? You looking like Urkel. Well, that's okay, cause sometimes he takes potions, and then he understands what it means to motion. Locomotion, locomotive. Get the motive, get the money, man, you hoping. Man, I got a future project. And you got a future object. You looking at, you aiming at. I'm looking at the future. You be looking at the now. Man, I'm looking here too. I'ma keep on fucking up, but it sounds okay, cause I'm going on the beat. Man, show me, please, let me spray if I had to. Man, I don't wanna blast you, but every time I rhyme, man, I fucking trash you. Cause I'm the king when it comes to these rhymes. When it comes to bars, man, I do it all the time. Man, she keep laughing. Maybe she think I'm funny. Maybe it's the arms. Maybe cause it's sunny. And it's not sunny cause it's fucking dark outside. But I'm so damn white that I'm blind in her eyes, man. Look, I am see-through. Peekaboo on see-through like Casper. Man, they call me son of a bastard. And it's the jam out, cash up. I'm cashing out like the motherfucking what? You just want the damn clout. Some say that I'm stout. I'll tell you what I'm about. Ching, that's what it is, man. Getting paper till the day I'm dead, man. R.I.P. to all the homies in the family. R.I.P. to all the haters that can't stand me. I go harder than motherfucker. You can call me fucking Onyx. Man, I'm smoking so good. You can call it hydroponics, but really it's that Kush, homeboy. No more hydro like back in the day, yo, yo, yo. No more toys, only big guns. We gon' make them big run. I know you laughing cause I don't really shoot. That's not the point. All that is moot or moo. Like Friend said, just saw a clip of Joey. That show is dead. I don't watch it no more. But it used to be cool, like 10, 15 years ago, when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Harder than the motherfucking rock. About to smoke some motherfucking pot. Put it in the damn what pot. Connected to the tube and I rock. Smoking so loud, they can smell it there. Smoking so loud, they can smell it everywhere. Man, what it is, man, what it do. Shout out to the Wiz, shout out to the crew. This is Cold Beats, what it do. Shout out to them, cause they got them free too. I fucked up. Love y'all, see y'all next time. Saw some green lights, it's a plane though. Oh yeah, if you haven't heard, you know, we got some new shit. We got that new shit. We got that new shit. 34/7, man. You gon' bring heaven. I'ma do fucking up. Man, I'm sick and tired. Tired and sick. Haven't been on SoundCloud, but here's some shit. I just put some music up on SoundCloud. Put SoundCloud.com/Chris-Benitez7. So I put, I'm following 222. 34/7's up there. If you haven't heard it yet, everywhere you listen to music. Well, I don't know about everywhere. Most places. It's mathematical, how actual. My flow takes sabbatical. Say haters, they're radical. I'm savage like a catapult.
Mathematical, how actual. My flow takes sabbatical. To haters that are radical. I'm savage like a catapult.
Hiking like a Viking on them, ready for destruction. I came to murder hip hop. Fuck all of your discussions. Just kidding. I already fucked up. Alright, chill. Out of shape. But I love myself and I love y'all too. Peace.